What's up everyone? Welcome to All Out Movies. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Today we're counting down the top 10 greatest crime films of all time. No pressure, right? There are an abundant amount of films that have crime elements to them, such as a myriad of heist films or psychological thrillers. But this list will comprise of movies that are strictly referenced as crime dramas at its core. A lot goes into making that memorable crime film that stands the test of time, such as an impeccable story, flawless directing, and iconic performances. These 10 films meet nearly every one of those criteria. That being said, let's get to it. Number 10, The Town. Ben Affleck's second directorial debut was an unforgettable one. The Town was hailed as one of the best films of 2010 and is still talked about today. The film stars Ben Affleck, Rebecca Hall, Jon Hamm, as well as Jeremy Renner, who was nominated for Best Supporting Actor at the Academy Awards. The film follows Doug McRae, the leading character, in a string of bank robberies with his hot-headed best friend, James Coughlin. With great performances all around, the film is definitely regarded as one of the greatest crime films of all time. Number 9, Collateral. The film may not be on everyone's radar of greatest crime films, but who could forget Tom Cruise's villainous role of Vincent? More importantly, who could forget the awesome dialogue between him and Jamie Foxx's Max throughout the film? Half of the movie takes place in a cab, and yet the film still does an excellent job of keeping audiences totally invested in what will happen next. Javier Bardem has a small role in the film as well, but his presence leaves a huge impact with an outstanding performance.
No, drive!
Number 8, Donnie Brasco. Donnie Brasco stars Johnny Depp and Al Pacino in what is regarded as an exceptional gangster film. Both Depp and Pacino give phenomenal performances in this film. Depp plays the true-life character of FBI agent Joseph Bistone, who infiltrates one of the major New York mafia families under the alias Donnie Brasco. The tension in this movie gets bigger and stronger as Brasco's cover gets deeper and scarier with the mafia.
Forget about it.
Number 7, Scarface. Al Pacino stars in one of his most iconic roles as Tony Montana, a Cuban immigrant who makes his way to the top of the drug game. Although the movie was met with negative reviews when it initially came out, it is now a big part of pop culture and is truly regarded as an epic crime film. The movie has produced some of the best lines that are referenced in other films and various other entertainment today.
Say good night to the bad guy. Go on.
Number 6, Heat. The film still holds up as having the greatest bank robbery scene in cinema, along with the unreal shootout that takes place immediately thereafter. Heat was also known for having the first encounter on camera between two of the greatest actors in Al Pacino and Robert De Niro that people will never forget. That cafe scene between the two was an intrinsic part of what drove the film.
If it's between you and some poor bastard whose wife you're gonna turn into a widow, brother, you are going down.
Number 5, The Departed. How can we have a top 10 crime movies list without having a Martin Scorsese film in it? The Departed is a remake of Hong Kong movie Infernal Affairs, which is better between the two is up for debate, but one thing that's for sure is that this film will go down as one of Scorsese's best work in his already illustrious career. Action-packed with some of the greatest actors, The Departed gives everything a fan could ask for in a crime drama film.
Because here, in this country, it don't add inches to your dick.
Number 4, Pulp Fiction. Easily Quentin Tarantino's best work and for good reason. Pulp Fiction is just one of those films that is synonymous with the term instant classic. There's just something about this film, the way it's shot, the way it's performed, edited, and any other cinematic term you could think of, that makes it the cultural movie icon it is today. The movie just doesn't have moments. Every single scene in this movie is extremely intriguing and keeps anyone who watches the film engaged. Number 3, The Godfather Part II. Another term that is not easily tossed around, masterpiece. It's truly the only word that can describe The Godfather Part II. The Godfather Part II isn't just regarded as one of the greatest crime films of all time, it's regarded as one of the greatest films of all time. The film easily has Al Pacino's greatest role of all time in Michael Corleone. It also stars Robert De Niro as a young Vito Corleone, in which he won his first Oscar for Best Supporting Actor. Number 2, Goodfellas. This is easily Martin Scorsese's best work, and that's saying a lot. Goodfellas stars a tremendous trio of Ray Liotta, Robert De Niro, and Joe Pesci. The film is held with top-notch performances from each of the actors, especially the ruthless and aggressive Pesci. A lot of films were inspired by Goodfellas and will continue to be inspired. Every moment of the film was gripping.
Really funny. Really funny. What do you mean I'm funny?
Number 1, The Godfather. Like The Godfather Part II, after all these years, people still regard this movie as the greatest of all time. And a big part of that is Marlon Brando's portrayal of Don Vito Corleone. Some regard it as the greatest performance of all time. It may seem redundant, but nearly every list you look at for greatest films ever made, The Godfather is almost number 1, and there's a reason for that. The Godfather truly is pure cinematic gold.
Someday, and that day may never come, I'll call upon you to do a service for me. But until that day, accept this justice as a gift on my daughter's wedding day.
That's it for this top 10 list. Please let me know yours in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and as always, see you next time.
What do you mean funny? Funny how? How am I funny?